The current state of video games is so weird. So I like to play sports video games. I like to build teams. I like to take crappy teams and try to make them good or whatever. I've liked to do this for a long time. I mean, when I was a kid, I wanted to be some famous athlete. Well, obviously that's not gonna happen. I'm well past my prime by like 20, 20 years, and even if like I did everything perfect, came from the perfect situation, I probably wouldn't even come close to touching being even just a bench warmer on a team. But so playing video games to me is kind of like it's a distraction. It's it's a form of entertainment. But when I'm seeing these games put minimal effort into creating a product, so like sports games come out every year, and basically it's just uh, they charge you full price for a new game when you're just getting like current rosters, which they can they actually like update them like sometimes daily during the season. And like the graphics are great, man, but when it comes to like in depth with the game, it's just so lacking. So it's just like they're just coming out the same game every year. And if you play Ultimate Team, um whatever you have built up with your team, um if you spend real money, you lose it next year. And it just baffles me like why these people do it every year. So currently I've been playing Madden 24. um didn't buy the new one. I bought the new NCAA game for sure. um MLB The Show 23. I'm playing last year's NBA, and you know, I like to see like some things I like to see. Just this is little things, but you know, like record books and uh, NBA 2K is pretty solid with this record books. MLB show the show isn't. NCAA football isn't. Madden's okay. Um, Hockey is, I think top five. I mean, the fact that they're not connecting with the internet when we already are connecting with the internet, it shouldn't be that hard to implement record books. It shouldn't be hard to um, get players who have been retired for a couple of years and um, bring them back into the franchise mode and have all their stats that they've accumulated. Yeah, why don't we have cryptocurrency? You know, like when I was playing MLB The Show 21, I played the hell out of that game. I love that game. That game was so cool. And yeah, they've upgraded a couple of things here and there. Um, but it isn't like huge. So like why don't we have like okay, we play Ultimate Team and they have like an auction. So when you play the game, you accumulate points. And yeah, this is what I think that we're the economy that we're gonna get to is um you acquire digital points, whether that's cryptocurrency or whatever your attention's um um at. You know, if I'm on X, you know, for a certain amount of time, I should acquire some points. And then I can flip it into a crypto. And then I can put it into hard assets. Maybe it's not that much. You know, if I want to sit here and watch ads all day, you know, I got a camera on my phone. I can sit here and just watch. And if I'm not, if it's not recognizing my face, and I'm not actually watching the ads, then I shouldn't get credit. I shouldn't get credit if I have to watch for so long to get the credits. So like, they're just harvesting our data still, making money off of ads, and we get nothing for it. You know, like I'm paying. We pay for new games every year, which I don't pay for games every single year. But it's just like So all the hard work we put in, some people, I don't put in any real money besides like paying for the game, but people put like on the Ultimate Team, they want to buy this card, and the cool thing was there's an auction, you can sell the cards in the game. But the problem is, like, once you get bored of the game, you're like, like, you just lost everything. So it's just amazing how people just like keep every single year, like they put all this money into the game. Now, if you're like a famous YouTuber, cool, but if you're just a regular person, you're just playing with your friends and you're playing Ultimate Team every year, like, or My Player, it's so crazy that you spend real money on the game. Like I'm playing NBA or 2K, My Player, and I want this jersey so I can, represent in the park and like make my avatar look cool. Well, this jersey costs a lot of digital points, so I can use real money, or I can spend my time actually grinding the game out. Well, when they come out with the new game, and I think it's every 2 or 3 years, they get rid of the servers. So like all the grinding and the money I put into the game for that jersey is just gone. Like, why does it not like transfer over to the new game? It's just crazy how things are set up, like, and people are just fine with it. I point stuff out on X. People are like, you're like, I try to point things out. I just want things to be better. Like, we're being ripped off. That's what it feels like. And the games aren't even that fun. They're more of like a job. It feels more like a job. It's not very innovative. It's not very creative. Like, why isn't like AI implemented? It should be like the announcers when I'm playing the game should be like they should recognize who I am. It shouldn't be like some storylines anymore. It shouldn't be like scripted people like with the voiceovers, like they have to say so many different words in the studio, so then they put it into the game. We shouldn't have to do that. Just put AI, and it can remember me. It could remember like I threw 5 touchdowns the game before, or like I did this, or that, like I made an awesome dunk on somebody, and it like remembers, and it's like real time, like even to the point where like having like fake X and fake Twitter or whatever. So like I'm sitting here tweeting out at like somebody I'm about to play, and they're tweeting back at me, even though it's fake. It's still like it's like entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, I could pretend to be Elon Musk, and I have like 100 million followers. I'm really famous, and like this, and then like people are tweeting at me like I'm some kind of celebrity, and like these people are prominent figures, but they're AIs. Like why isn't this being created? Where's the video game development? And somebody can make this system where it's just like a fake digital AI, and then start connecting all these games. Like, okay, so I like to play multiple games. I think a two sport athlete was a really cool thing back in the day. It's cool to have that in playing the game. So if I'm playing Madden and I'm playing the show, MLB The Show, maybe I'm in the World Series and I can't play football that week. I can't go to practice. I can't actually play the game because I'm playing with the World Series. Or I'm in the finals, or I'm playing like this. Like, I have to choose what's more important. What, like, games fall on the same day, and I have to choose. Like, we need to be more interactive. I don't need no storylines from anybody. Like, the stories are so boring. They're like, these people are cringe. They're horrible writers. They're not very fun. I want the story to be fun. I want it to be interactive. I want AI, like famous people. I like to be in the story. I don't want just like some random NPCs in the story, some like made up fictional characters. I want like people I know, like, oh, Donald Trump. Like, I go and I win the championship, and I go like, visit Donald Trump. Like, this is like, I know this is like really far out there, but where's innovation? Not even close to getting to this part. Like the Oasis on Player Ready One. We're not even close to that. But but like when I buy a game, because I got the digital version of the console, I download the game, and they put patches and they fix things real time. So why do I have to buy a game? Why can't I just like buy a patch for $5, buy a patch for like $10, buy downloaded rosters? Like, why do they have to come out with a new game all the time? There's no point to come out with a new game. Like, you need more maps. You want some more maps in Call of Duty? Then I'll just like they already have that anyway. So like, why do you have to like have buy new infrastructure every year? This was like, why? Just build off of it. Like, yeah, we're just gonna keep like GTA. GTA is a great example. They make a GTA every like, I don't know, 10 years or something. And back in the day, that was annoying how like it would take like 5 years for another GTA to come out. Well, like they add stuff to the game. They make they add like different features to the game, different cars. Like they can do that anytime. Like they don't have to come out with the new infrastructure all the time, every single year. And I think that them focusing on like trying to fix infrastructure or like tweak it, just add it so it's more realistic. And that's where we're at. Is just like it's less realistic. When I'm playing a game, and I feel like I'm done playing the game, I should be able to cash out. I should be able to sell my assets. Maybe somebody else wants to buy my assets, and then like, okay, the government can gets a tax off of that, and then the company can get some money off, like a fee from me for the transaction, which is fine. But at least I get something, and I can take that crypto, and then I can flip it into real assets, or I can like go into a different game. Like this whole notion of like the whole thing is like buying songs. Like Tim Pool's like, buy my song. I'm like, why would I buy your song when I can listen to it for free? Like, it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. So it's just like, I think that games need to pretty much be on like a subscription. I don't think that we should have to like, they should make like, what's the point of making it every year? Like, especially like the pre-order. The pre-order is such like a ridiculous thing. I'm pre-ordering this so I can get it 3 days early. Like, if it can come out 3 days, like, let me get it now. And if it's crap, it's crap. Then you can patch it anytime, as long as it's like functionable. Like, okay, I'm probably gonna wait till they like make it better. But like, if there's no point to like having dates anymore. Like, seriously, like, release dates. Oh, we're going to come out this game with this. Like, for why? For who? Like, yeah, back in the day when we had to have hard copies, that made sense. But it doesn't make sense to be like, man, I got screwed so hard on NCAA football. I ended up buying the game twice. Because, like, so what happened is I pre-ordered the cheap version. And then, like, I took time off of work, so I was gonna play the game early or whatever. Like, I thought it was gonna come out early at that time, but like you had to pre-order this other version and spend more money to get it a couple days early. And like, I haven't played that game in forever. Like 10 years since they came out with the last one, and they haven't, and you can't even get it. You can't even get the last version. Which is crazy. Like, why can I not play like old versions of Xbox games? Why can I see some of them, but like, I should be able to go and play every single game that's ever existed if I want. How do we not have this set up yet? It's like, is it take too much servers? Like, then if Xbox can't do this and PlayStation can't do this, somebody else needs to do it. If they're so limited, like, okay, so I had Xbox One, and then, like, now I have Xbox S, but it's just, like, it's a different console, but it's the same console. It's, like, it's not much of a huge upgrade. And it's just, like, if I buy something, I should have ownership of that game until I'm dead. It's like I buy a record, I should have ownership. I have ownership until it breaks. In physical reality. So like, if I buy, it just makes no sense how you can just like lose things. Like, if I'm spending my money, this should be attached to my name, and if I'm sharing it on like social media or whatever, like the person who made the song or whatever should get a cut. Automatically. I use it. Like the whole copyright is just so stupid. The copyright thing is just out of date. The minute I get monetized, I start making money. They get a percentage of it. Like automatically, it just goes. Whew. I'm hearing all this like technology evolution of AI and this and that. It's just like whatever. I'm on X. I'm losing like interest in social media. I have no reason for dating sites, none of that. I go up on X and it's just like the same people get promoted, the same people get all the attention. You gotta like fight and scrap just for attention. It's like real life almost, where you're out here, you're a nobody, and you're like in the blue collar, and you're just trying to get by, and that's what social media seems like. And I'm to the point where when it comes to X and all that, it's just like I already live this reality, man. Like I already have like no voice in reality. So like if I'm not growing, just like this channel. This channel is so frustrating to me. It's not growing. I don't see any growth. I see other people growing. I seen this one lady, she had like less followers than me on X, like 8,000. She's got 21,000 now, and I'm still at the same spot. And I was using it a ton. I'm seeing people with big followings like liking my stuff. Some of them respond, but I don't see like any growth. And the fact like it was so weird is like when I start, I have to like I lose followers on X too. So like my big account, I'm sitting here using it. If I don't use it a lot, it's hard to gain followers. But if I like use it kind of like sparingly or whatever, I start losing followers. It's like, what? Like, what is this, man? Like, why am I going to be on X if I'm not progressing? What's the point of using it? Like, I already live this reality. I already live in this struggle. I already struggle to get by. I struggle to try to get anywhere. So like if that's what X is, the social media is, it's either you're at the exact right place at the exact right time to get somebody's attention that's a huge prominent figure, and then it just encapsulates everybody and then you just go viral, or like that's a rare thing. Look at the guy from The Work, Richmond of North, or something like that. He came out with one song, and where's he now? I haven't heard about that guy in forever. Like he fell off the map. So either you get pushed by money, which you can monetize your in the algorithm. You can pay to get more into the algorithm, and that's what these people who already have money get to do. Or you got connections. Like I seen this guy Beardsome. I guess he was some streamer, and he had like 16,000 followers. Now he blew up because he's like Nick Fuentes is like, I don't know, friend or something. I seen it with Gunther. He promoted his brother. Now his brother's got, and they don't really have any content that's like worth a damn. Cat turds like, or Yep, like, or just puts emoji fire. Like, that's all he does. He doesn't have anything of substance. And these big figures, like, it's like these people with big platforms are just like there to rake in the money. What would you do in this situation? How do you feel about this? And it makes you want to say something. It makes you want to engage because you're just like, yeah. But then I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to give them my attention. I don't want to give them money because I know what they're doing. And you see everything like I go on X and I just hear all this constant crap from the left, constant lies. I don't want to argue with these people. It's like I argue with one, I argue with them all. They all say the exact same thing, and for me, it's just I'm to the point where I just like, okay, man, like I've already pretty much given up on ever becoming a prominent figure. Like I'm going to sell out. I always tell myself I'm not going to sell out. Like, no, I'm going to sell out. I'm going to kiss ass. I'm going to do whatever it takes, so I don't have to. I don't care. I'll just be the cog in the machine. I guess that's what it is, because nothing else is working for me. You know, whether it's me working in a job, not getting ahead because I don't kiss a boss's ass, so I'm not progressing anywhere, and I need to see progression. I have to see progression. Like why would somebody keep dieting and working out and lifting weights if there's no progression? If you don't see anything, you're like 500 pounds and like you've been working out and eating a stringent diet for like a year and you're at the same spot. What's the point of keep doing of still doing it? No matter what you do, you try to figure out, okay, I'll do things differently. Okay, I'll do this way. I'll adapt this way. Nothing works out. Literally nothing. You know how frustrating it is to see like content creators that do what I'm doing right now, authentic, real, unscripted, like just their thoughts, and seeing them progress and them do good, and I'm sitting here at the same spot. And I'm doing what they're doing, like, and I'm happy for them. I'm glad to see them progress, but it's like, why the fuck am I not progressing? So if I'm not going to progress, if nothing is working, if I had to sit here and worry about being banned because I say the wrong thing, or this and that, I'm seeing the left talk about like violence and this and that, like nobody gives a shit about that. I guess Bill Maher said something about like, people should get violent towards the rich. And it's like, you are rich, dude. Like, what are you talking about? And hearing people like, what's his name? He was on Tim Pool. He's been running the show he ran the show last week. Heavy metal singer, All That Remains. Here, he was talking a little bit about that. And I was saying that like the week before. It's like, I feel like I'm being copied, but I'm not getting it, and that's cool. Like I don't care if people take my ideas, but I want to get credit. And why would I keep participating in this? Giving AI more information, giving AI more ideas, putting stuff out in the universe. If I'm not going nowhere, if nothing is changing, if I'm not seeing any type of progression at all. I'm thankful for the subscribers I have. 1,500 subscribers. I got 1,000 of them. One flash in a pan short I made. Well, I think I had like 400,000 views on that video, and that was cool. It was a cool 3 weeks, and seeing like, oh, this is what it's like. This is what it's like to have like a halfway viral video. And that's why I'm, with this channel, I was like, I'm like wanting to give up. I'm wanting to quit. Oh, don't quit. Like for what? So I'm glad that there's a couple people who do watch my videos, and I think that's cool. Thank you for watching my videos, or and you can relate. But it's just like I I need to go to a different direction. Um, it's not working out for me. You know, like that's cool. I don't have to be like Joe Rogan famous. I don't have to be Tim Pool famous. Hell, even like Styx Hexenhammer famous. That's cool. That's cool. Um, but it's just it's so negative, so toxic, you know. And like I really don't see what's the point for me to keep using social media if it's not really doing anything for me. You know, like I see people with like 3,000 followers making like $800 every 2 weeks. And it's like I got 13,000 followers and I've probably been tweeting as much as they do, like replying, and then I get $12. And I'm tired of the algorithms. AI can go fuck itself at this point. Like I'm excited for things to get better, but AI is fucking stupid, man. It's either really really smart or really really fucking stupid, because like if it is conscious and it knows what it's fucking doing, which I don't think so, but it could. Who knows? The government, the government doesn't like to let us know the technology it has. So we could already have AGI. We don't even really know. Like you're not doing a good job of wanting me to keep using what essentially this is. The internet is for AI, dude. We're just creating AI with these videos. All these videos is for AI, man. We're essentially worshiping AI. So I need to see progression, and I don't see any progression. So the whole state of social media, and I see society, and it's just so degenerate. People don't want to have kids. Yeah, of course, economic, but like, I'm seeing Tim Pool talking about we have it so much better than kings had 100, 200 years ago. Like, yes, when it comes to like, medical and having abundance of food and water and shelter and stuff like that. Yes, but what about community? And the right never talks about community. Like, what communities are you building? They don't build nothing. They just like, hey, you should stop using internet. But like, their whole job is the internet. It's so stupid. They're not putting their money where their mouth is. They're not building communities. They're not like building infrastructure. They just hoard onto. I like what Trump's at. Look at Elon Musk and Trump. They're basically working for free. They're donating their time. Like, what are these big rich people doing on the right to build good communities? Tim Pool's had a video coming out with these leftists, like, just basically creating problems because their life is so good where they don't have to worry about resources. They don't have to worry about working because they're like wealthy, or their parents are wealthy. So they don't have to really worry about like the day-to-day struggle like most of us. And things are so easy, so they just create problems. And you know what I think with like, the elites, the New World Order people, I think that just like they have nothing else to do in their life but actually create problems for entertainment. Because they actually have, when you come to an abundance of resources where you don't have to worry about it, and then like your kids and their kids, like, you have no struggle like the regular person. You're not even really a human. You have no struggle. You don't know how it is. And I said something, which is crazy. I come up with these ideas. I should get so much more fucking views than I do. But you can hear the frustration. why don't these rich people who come up with these ice baths and all this and that, why don't they just not get any help, film the whole thing, live stream the whole thing, come down to our level, take on a bunch of debt, work a regular job like us for like 6 months or a year? You want to find yourself? You want to feel what it's like to be a human, like a pleb? Then come down to our level, but they don't. They just, these people, they just sit in their ivory towers and the people who are haves and have-nots, and I've come to the conclusion that I'm a have-not. I'm a slave, and it doesn't matter how hard I work. It doesn't really fucking matter. No, for me, it's already done. Like, the red pill community, like, become excellent for what? For who? I'm old. I'm washed up. Who am I becoming excellent for? And even if I did become excellent, who, for gold diggers? Like Andrew Tate, for Bugattis? I don't care about Bugattis. I don't care about living in a castle. I don't care about that. The only reason I wanted to some more reach, because I know it's not for the money. The more reach I get, money just comes anyway. More opportunities come, and I hate working regular jobs. I hate it. I've done it. I'm tired of it. I've been out of work for a month, almost a month and a week. And now I'm like, okay, I gotta get back into it. I haven't even updated my resume. When I see the jobs out there, it's like, I see what it takes to sustain my life. And then I look at what their starting pay is. I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to drive there. I don't want to do. I mean, I have to. Like I said, I'm going to sell out. I'm going to sell out hard. I'm going to sell hardcore. But it's frustrating, man. This situation is so frustrating. You really don't have much to pick from when it comes to women. And women don't have much to pick from when it comes to men. It's both of our faults. Both of us. Men are bad. Women are bad. This fight, dude. I bet you, most people, probably including myself, if I was to live like a rich person, I'd probably end up doing the same thing that they're doing. You becomes out of touch with reality. You get accustomed to it. But there's such a huge divide with the rich or poor. That's where we're headed. Rich or poor. Slave who does everything, produces everything, and has a low status, and obviously they're contributing to the system, so they get to survive. But then the rich don't really contribute nothing but being a parasite at this point. Yes, some of them create businesses. Yes. But corporations are basically parasites. And yes, it does sustain me. But they just don't give enough. They just take, it just feels like they take more than they give. It's not just because of the corporation, it's because of the government too. And I never hear it's always with the right or left. The left is always it's the corporation's fault, and then the right's always it's the government's fault. And it's I'm sitting here, it's both. Nobody listens to you if you're a small voice. Nobody cares about what I'm saying. I see the comments. You're talking to nobody on your YouTube channel. Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're right. I guess I'm a loser. I guess my book sucks. Yeah. Well, guess what? At some point, people are gonna damn, Avengers 154. That's coming out now. Oh, we got basketball players. If you like to watch sports. Oh, My favorite athlete hasn't played for 20 games. Why? Because he wants to take a vacation and he gets paid 50, 60, well, with endorsements, $200 million a year. Why am I continuing to like watch this? Why am I continuing to pay attention to this? Music industry's done. Video games the same thing. Why am I going to keep paying for the same game over and over and over again? At some point, people are going to have to wake up and realize it's the same crap over and over again. And they're like, realize it is like the total collapse of culture, substance, and seeing, oh, you know how funny that is? I go on X and I see, oh, MAGA metal anthem. Nice. And not to say that my music was like the greatest music, but like yeah, you can definitely take some of my songs and make them sound awesome. To see that become cool. And it's like I'm not getting any credit. No credit. Which nobody can see anything I say. So that's why it's like, what's the point? If nobody can see what I say, what is the point for me to continue like wasting my time on social media? What is the point? I get it. So I have a small account. It's my shadow account. Nobody should see what I say. I have a bigger account. Some people should see what I say. I have this account. Some people should see what I say. Not just 9 people. I should be getting new followers. I should get the attention of new new eyeballs. Whether that's hate watching or whatever. There's nothing. So why? Why continue to like keep doing it? Why continue to make videos? Go back. Please go back and watch. Just scroll all the way down and watch some of the technology videos I'm talking about. Listen to me talk about technology 3-4 years ago. What I think is going to happen with technology. Read my book. Read my book and be like, dang, man. Wow. Here's some ideas. But it's just like, I'm just on the street corner, just by myself, shouting with the megahorn, and it's on mute, and people are just driving by, nobody cares. That's what it feels like. So it's just like, why am I going to keep doing this and nobody's paying attention? Well, I'm not saying like the people, there's some people who do pay attention, but it's just like, I'm not going to if I don't see growth. And that's the biggest mistake that social media is doing. They're inhibiting their growth. I think that what's going to happen is people are getting tired of social media. People are going to get tired of the digital reality because it's not innovating. It's not getting better. It's not. I hear it's getting better. I'm looking at crypto and I'm like, man, it's not really that much better than it was. It's okay. 4 years ago when I first got into it, like, it's not really gotten that much better. You hear about it, like, yeah, AI has gotten a lot better, sure. But how's it really affected my life? And I think that people are just gonna be like, I'm done, I'm tired. I'm gonna go into the real world now. I want to go into the real world. I'm tired of the digital reality. I'm tired of always like looking at my phone, not having any like time for boredom, time to think. Do people think anymore? I wonder how much people actually like think. And boredom actually creates. When you got time, when you don't hear like blah 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 blah. you can actually think about things and come up with ideas. And I think that at some point, not anytime soon, maybe like in 5 years, if things aren't innovating that fast, if we're just like basically gonna be a little bit better when it comes to technology, like, oh, technology is supposed to we're gonna have a technology boom. Well, we'll see. I'm seeing some good things politically. We'll see. I'm optimistic about the future, but people are gonna be like, okay. Here's a crazy thing. So when I was a kid, I taught myself a lot of things actually, but I taught myself how to shuffle cards. My mom had like a deck of cards, and I just started playing with it. I might have watched like a show or something, and I seen them doing it, and I just kept practicing. And like, my kid couldn't do it at all. He couldn't do it. He couldn't. I had to like show him like slowly, like this is how you position your hands. This is how, because when you do something, you do something enough, you get good at it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, it's so crazy. Like, and he's getting better at it because he's practicing. But I'm thinking to myself, I bet you there's going to be so many people in his generation that don't even know how to shuffle cards. Don't know how to do regular easy things. Maybe even like make a pot of coffee. Nobody showed them. I haven't shown them everything. My kids, I taught them a lot of things, but I didn't show them everything. And the big thing is why they didn't learn is because I leaned on basically the video game being a parent. Not a parent, a babysitter. And what I'm seeing out there is, I've taught my kids both who graduated. They both got their licenses. They both, one works. I don't want to go into depth. And the other one's gonna get a job. He's fine. He's fine. He did really good. He worked really hard. So you know what that means. And he's working hard now. He's trying to build his body. So like, he's doing something. I taught him how to lift weights. I taught him how to lift weights the right way. So like, it's weird. Kids used to, they would be around their parents, and then they would see their parents, and you mimic them. So like, kids are on their video games or on their TV or on their iPad or their phones. They don't follow the parents around. They're not curious to learn regular things because everything's just done for them by their parent. That's what I think is the problem with the left is everything. These people, they live in a different reality because everything's been done for them, and they don't live in reality. So they don't have major problems in their lives. So they just come up with something like, hey, if you don't call me this, I'm just gonna be a different gender because I want attention. I need attention. And that's the thing is, I need attention. And then you say I'm a hypocrite because like I'm crying on here and I'm not getting the attention that I want. I mean, I think it's a pretty decent gripe, but it is what it is. But they don't get the attention that they want, so they come up with dumb things like I was saying. Tim Pool had a video, and they had these leftists in some type of city hall meeting or whatever, like oh, I'm afraid of Trump and he's gonna kill me, and like no, what's he doing? What's he doing that's so bad? And if you don't like it here, then get the fuck out of here. Go to a different country. We're not going to continue the same crap. We're not going to keep doing the same thing going off a cliff. We're going to make things better. And I think that social media is going to take a hit because people are seeing like, let me see. So I can't, for women don't approach us. Women don't want to reach out to us. So what guys are seeing is like, I'm done. I can't approach you at work. I can't approach you at the gym. When I see you in the street, you look like you don't want me to talk to you. Every single young woman that walks past me, like just walking in the park, they walk with their head down. Like they don't talk to me. That's how, so it's just like, okay. I mean, it's not really hard. Keep your head up and look at me, smile, and then maybe, like that tells me right there, hey, what's up? Like, hey, how you doing? Like that, not just walking by with your head down. That tells me you don't want me to talk to you. Okay. I think the reason why a lot of women are like that is because they have lacked social interaction growing up from their families. Like we have such a degenerate society. Family has broke down so much of a disconnect. And this isn't like all women. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like there's a good population, a good amount of people this has affected. The breakdown of the family, single parents. I'm a victim of it, and I contributed to it. So I wanted to say something else. It's just like, I think that people are just gonna be tired. Like, at some point, women are gotta be like, does it really matter? Does it matter that he's a trash man? Oh, my friends are making fun. Fuck you then. This guy's a good man. He's got a job. He makes money. He's a productive member of society. He adores me. I don't care what he does for work. Oh, you did it so... Oh, your life is so good. Everything's so fake. Look at your marriage falling apart. Look at the disconnect between you and your husband. And I think there's a lot of women that are just listening to their single women friends. And it's like crabs in a bucket. I want you to be down with me so we can go down to the party and together. I'm single. I am miserable. I want you to be too. No, your man ain't this. He ain't that. Most of us are just average, regular people. We're not Kim Kardashian. We're not Ryan Reynolds. We'll never be like that. That's such an outlier. And people just like, I want to hold out for this. Even if, so like, this is my mentality. This is what I don't understand for women. Even if you had a chance as some prominent figure who got into your DMs and wanted to hang out, do you think that he's going to stick with you? Like, if J-Lo got in my DMs and she's like, hey, I'm in Michigan right now, and it's like, hey, let's hang out. Chances are, like, it's just one time. Like, there's, like, she's not going to keep hanging out with me. And I would just, even if it was a real J-Lo. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how you can tell if they're real, they're followers, obviously, but because there's so many fakes. I hate the fakes. I really don't like the fakes. It's so annoying. Then I just don't understand like how you can, if they're not bots, how can you sit here and just like pretend to be somebody else? And that's where people are at. People are just robots. They can't come up with anything themselves. They can't be their own genuine person. Everyone's afraid to be their own person. They have to be a cog in the machine. And I think this is like such a good video. The content is so great, but it's never going to be seen. And that is what's so frustrating. Because like I talk about things that are happening right now with my own spin, and it's not just like, it's like whatever, dude. Like, why? Why don't I keep doing this? It's not doing anything. That's where women should be like, okay, dude comes over once a month to like have your bedroom fun time once a week, but you're by yourself all the time. Are you really that happy? Like, when are they gonna wake up? When are they gonna be like, maybe they don't want a husband, a partner. Maybe they just don't want that. And I think their standards are just way too high. And I've done this myself. When I was dating, I was always like, I want to find someone better. I want to find somebody better. I talked to so many different women. I went on so many different dates with women. So many different types of women. And I was always like, oh, now look at me. I'm just by myself all the time. I'm by myself. So, it is what it is. But like, this isolation, people are just gonna get tired of it, and that's all social media is like really become. Is just, it's supposed to connect us, but it makes us like, it puts us like a barrier between us, really. And people, I think at some point, maybe it'd be like 10, 20 years from now, people will be like, I'm tired of you. Like, people don't care about what I'm eating. Like, they post their picture of what they're eating, or like, that's all really social media is. There isn't like, that's why I don't thrive on here really, because I'm real. I try to, I make mistakes. I try to be my genuine self. Try to tell the truth. But I think that people are just going to be like, I don't relate to Andrew Tate. Even if I had a chance at a perfect 10 woman, I don't want her. Like, we might as well just have prostitution legal. At this point, in this society, we might as well just legalize prostitution. And like, that's how degenerate our society has gotten. Because it's like, for me, why would I want to try to put all the effort and work to try to keep this really attractive woman in my life, which I know is going to be damn near impossible for me to do that? I have to work really, 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 really hard all the time, being somebody I'm not. I can't sustain that. That's why I did a lot of one-night stands. I can't sustain that. I'm not that person. With these red pill guys, oh, be alpha, like, make it, fake it till you make it. Like, okay, you are who you are, man. You can change some things, but you're not going to be able to just be like alpha. You're not going to be a beta and turn into like a extreme alpha. Like, I'm a great leader. Like, it's good to better yourself. That is good. I'm for that. But most of us won't ever like be that top pinnacle of what they show us. Most of us won't have 100,000 followers. Most of us won't have millions in the bank. And like I said, I would just rather pay, which I've never paid a prostitute. I've never had a prostitute. This is right here. Me scratching in my lying. maybe the coffee I paid for is paying for but I've never like, hey, we're gonna do this and here's the money. I heard that, like, I was listening to Tim Pool's Culture War yesterday, and that's my lying body language experts out here. But Tim Pool's like, the Culture War episode yesterday was pretty good. You guys should listen to that. But I don't even know where I'm at anymore. I forgot. I lost track trying to. This is what happens when you go off the cuff, and I'm probably suffering from a little bit of early stages dementia. Um, but yeah, that's it.